So you know some people rescue abandoned cats and dogs and cute fluffy things? I rescued a car. Welcome to Geek of the Road. The story begins about 9 months ago when I rescued this 1995 NREG Toyota MR2. It's a UK car, which means it's normally aspirated, 168 brake horsepower, about that, and it's been sat in a garage for about 4 years. It's not been started. The previous owner thought the cable that opens the bonnet at the front of the car had snapped, and he never got round to fixing it. When it came time to move house, he decided rather than have the car scrapped or broken for parts, he wanted to give it away to somebody who would put it back on the road and enjoy driving it. With a spare battery and a gentle tap to the seized brakes, I got the car moving enough to get it on a flatbed and get it transported away. "4 years without a charge probably hasn't done the battery any good, but I put it on charge anyhow to see if it could be recovered." I think that's probably good enough to throw in the car and see what happens. Everything was looking good. I gave it a quick little rev and battery warning light, brake warning light, engine fan light, together the 3 lights of doom, alternator failure. Even at idle, an alternator should supply about 13 volts to charge the car's battery, but when it doesn't, when it breaks, you see warning lights exactly like these. So the first thing to do is actually to check the wiring. There are 3 pins on this plug on the alternator, and they've all got to read 12 volts for the alternator to work properly. Unfortunately, all mine do, so to disconnect the alternator, I need to remove the electrical connections, the tensioner locking bolt, and finally the pivot bolt. Then I need to remove the alternator from its bracket and get it out of the engine bay for the new one to go in. Getting an alternator in and out of an MR2 engine bay is painful at best. However, here's a nice little trick. So I've removed the security horn, the diagnostics and map sensor and brake booster hose, and then we've disconnected the bolts on the gearbox engine mounting. We've now put a jack underneath the gearbox, and that just moves the engine enough so we can get an alternator in and out. There it is. And as they say, refitting is the reverse of removal. Okay, here comes the moment of truth. There we go. New alternator, no warning lights. Perfect. And with the new alternator fitted, the problem's gone away, which means we're ready to roll again. But first, we've got to fix the bonnet. So what I've got here is the bonnet cable from an MR2. I just bought it from Breaker, didn't cost me very much money at all. Works very simply. The lever in the inside of the car pulls that end of the cable and that end releases the catch. But I thought I'd go and test out the one on the car before trying to fit it. I used part of the toolkit to activate the catch and the rest of the toolkit just to make sure that didn't go flying out. It works. All I've got to do to fix the bonnet is just reconnect the catch and just make sure that the bonnet sits nicely, and we're away. And with that stroke of luck, if we go and pump up the tyres on the car, then it's worth taking it in for an MOT and see how well it does. Join me next time on Geek of the Road to find out what happened.